The AI housing cartel, how Wall Street rigged the American dream. You probably think artificial intelligence is coming for your job. You're wrong. It already came for your home, and it didn't even knock. Right now, across the United States, a quiet, invisible massacre is happening in the housing market. You've felt it. You've scrolled through Zillow, staring at rent prices that look like typos. You've tried to buy a starter home only to be outbid in cash, thousands of dollars over asking price, within 3 seconds of the listing going live. You probably blamed inflation. You probably blamed the government. You probably blamed your lack of savings. Stop blaming yourself, because you aren't competing against other human beings anymore. You are competing against a multi-trillion-dollar supercomputer. Wall Street elites, private equity firms, and corporate landlords have quietly weaponized artificial intelligence to execute the greatest wealth transfer in modern history. They aren't just predicting the housing market, they are dictating it. They have built a digital cartel, a black box algorithm designed to artificially choke the supply of homes, permanently inflate rent prices, and reduce the American middle class to a society of permanent, lifelong subscribers. Welcome to the matrix of modern real estate, where the elites use your data to price you out of your own neighborhood, flip your house into a shell company, and pay $0 in taxes while doing it. Grab a notebook, because today we are ripping the lid off the AI housing cartel. For decades, you were fed a very specific bedtime story about how the economy works. It's called supply and demand. The illusion goes like this. If there are too many empty apartments, landlords will lower the rent to attract tenants. If housing is too expensive, the free market will naturally correct itself. That is a lie. That version of capitalism died the day Wall Street plugged real estate into machine learning. Let me translate the illusion for you. Imagine you are sitting at a poker table. You've been dealt a decent hand. But the guy sitting across from you, the billionaire in the tailored suit, is wearing augmented reality glasses that let him see every card in the deck, every card in your hand, and exactly how much money is in your wallet. Oh, and he also owns the casino. That is exactly what corporate landlords are doing to the housing market. Instead of competing against each other to offer you the best price, the biggest property management firms in America are feeding all of their private data into a centralized AI brain. This AI knows exactly what you earn. It knows exactly how desperate you are. It knows exactly how many units are empty in your zip code. And then it does something entirely illegal in the physical world. It fixes the price. It tells thousands of landlords simultaneously, do not lower your rent, raise it by 20%. Even if the apartment sits empty for months, hold the line. By holding units hostage, the algorithm creates artificial scarcity. It starves the market. And here is the most sinister part. They aren't even buying these homes in their own names. When an AI identifies a vulnerable, underpriced neighborhood, Wall Street deploys cash through layers of anonymous Delaware LLC shell companies, ghost corporations. A single private equity fund can buy 500 houses in a single weekend, entirely in cash, before a normal family even gets pre-approved for a mortgage by their local bank. You are bringing a knife to a drone strike, but it gets worse, because this isn't just a theory. This is happening right now, orchestrated by a single piece of software that you have probably never heard of. Enter RealPage, a multi-billion-dollar software company that provides a pricing algorithm called YieldStar. For years, YieldStar has been the secret weapon of the elite. It is currently pricing millions of rental units across the United States. The software collects real-time, confidential data from competing property managers. It aggregates the data, runs it through its AI, and spits out a daily, non-negotiable rent price. If a human leasing agent feels bad for a struggling single mother and tries to lower the rent, the software flags them. The AI literally overrides human empathy. The creator of this software actually bragged about it. He publicly stated that there is too much empathy in real estate and that property managers were leaving money on the table by being too nice. Let that sink in. They built an algorithm specifically designed to strip human compassion out of the housing market. The Department of Justice finally woke up and sued RealPage for antitrust violations. They called it a price-fixing cartel. But the damage is already permanently baked into the economy. But rent is just the appetizer. Let's talk about the main course. Firms like Blackstone and BlackRock. These leviathans manage trillions of dollars. They use AI systems, like BlackRock's infamous Aladdin, to scan every single property listing in America in milliseconds. When the AI spots a home that is slightly undervalued, it triggers an instant all-cash offer. But why? Why does Wall Street want your 3-bedroom suburban house? Because of the ultimate elite tax cheat code. Buy, borrow, die. Watch closely. This is how billionaires print money legally. Step 1. Use AI to buy up the neighborhood through anonymous shell companies. Step 2. Use algorithmic price fixing to jack up the rent by 40%. Step 3. Because the rent is now astronomically high, the paper valuation of that property skyrockets. Step 4, and this is the absolute kicker, the elite do not sell the house. If they sold it, they would have to pay capital gains tax to the IRS. Instead, they go to a mega bank and say, "Look at my massive inflated real estate portfolio. Give me $1 billion ultra-low interest loan against it." The bank gives them the cash, and because loans are not considered taxable income, they pay 0% in taxes. They live off the tax-free loan. The renter pays off the interest, and the elite die richer than kings, passing the assets to their heirs completely tax-free through a stepped-up basis. You aren't just paying rent. You are servicing the tax-free debt of a billionaire. So, who actually pays the bill for this algorithmic utopia? You do. Let's look at the brutal, unvarnished reality. You went to college. You got the degree. You work 50 hours a week. You do everything society told you to do. And yet, every month, 50% of your post-tax income is immediately vaporized just to keep a roof over your head. You are taxed on the money you earn. You are taxed on the things you buy. You are taxed on the car you drive to work. Meanwhile, the private equity firm that owns your apartment building is using phantom depreciation loopholes to tell the IRS that their building is losing value, wiping out their tax liability entirely. They use AI to artificially maximize their profits and then use the U.S. tax code to artificially minimize their contributions to society. It is a flawlessly designed parasitic loop. We are no longer living in a free market. We are transitioning into a system of techno-feudalism. In the Middle Ages, you had lords and serfs. The lords owned the land, and the serfs worked their entire lives just for the privilege of living on it. Today, the lords are faceless private equity firms sitting in glass towers, armed with machine learning. And the serfs? The serfs are the millions of everyday Americans, doomed to a life of perpetual renting, swiping a credit card every month just to access the basic human necessity of shelter. You will own nothing, and you will be happy. That wasn't a prediction. It was a business plan. And AI is the bulldozer they are using to pave over the American dream. So I want you to ask yourself a question, and I want you to answer it down in the comments right now. If an algorithm dictates the price of 50% of the apartments in your city, at what point does it stop being market efficiency and start being an illegal monopoly? Let me know what you think below. I read every single comment, but before you click away, you need to understand something terrifying. Housing was just the beta test. If you think Wall Street's use of AI in real estate is a scandal, you have no idea what they are doing to your retirement account. Right now, a single artificial intelligence network is quietly controlling over $20 trillion in global assets. It dictates the stock market, it controls entire national economies, and the mainstream media completely ignores it. It's called Aladdin, and the way it manipulates global finance makes the housing crisis look like child's play. You need to know how it works before the next crash. Click the video on your screen right now to see the dark truth behind BlackRock's Aladdin. I'll see you inside.